Hey, Marcus here, and today I just want to talk very briefly about understanding circumstantial differences when it comes to dating. The biggest one is there are really only two ways to meet women. You're either going to meet them on dating apps or you're going to meet them in real life. And in reality is the approach on dating apps is women are there conveying that they're ready for a relationship. They're ready to meet someone. And they don't want to have long conversations via text or phone before you even ask them on a date. They're intentionally lining up saying, "Hey, I'm ready for a date." And the problem that we come to is when we're in real life situations, particularly in social circles where there's somebody that we're going to see on a regular basis, as soon as we meet them, we try to go straight for that same shot. We find out, are they single and do they want to go on a date? And this was a mistake I've made, and I don't want you to make that mistake. So just understand the difference. A woman who, is going to be around you on a regular basis, who is single, you can use that time to get to know them, to find out, is this even a date worthy person? Not worthy in the sense of a holistic perspective, but is this somebody who lines up with the type of woman that you would want to date? You can find all that out without the pressure. And always be cautious when it comes to social circles, because if the dates go wrong, you guys are left seeing each other all the time, particularly if you work together or if you have a friend group together. But the big thing that I want you to take away from this is that you don't want to take one approach, the online dating approach, into your social circle approach. You want to enjoy the conversations in both, but in one, just enjoy the relationship, enjoy the friendship. If there's clear interest, you don't have to prolong it for the sake of prolonging it. You'll know. But sometimes it's you have to conscientiously turn off approach A to approach B. And often, if you don't do that, you can just come across as just too pushy. And now, with that said, there's a caveat if you're in real life. If there's somebody that you see, let's say at a coffee shop, and you know that you'll never see them again, it's okay to get as close to the chase as you can. Clear example is I was at Starbucks here in my city, and there was somebody that was a woman who was at a stoplight on the opposite side. I was going past Starbucks and I thought, man, I should get some coffee. Well, I saw her and she was going toward it, and we had an extended passing way that we looked at each other to where you could tell that we were checking each other out in that brief 2 seconds. I know you've had this happen to you before. And so I thought, you know what, screw it. I'm going back to that Starbucks. So I turned around, I park, and when I get out, she's actually in line. And I'm like, dang it. I thought she was going in. Anyway, I have to actually walk in front of her. I mean, I don't have to, but I purposely did. And because there was cars behind her too, so I could have walked in between any cars to get into the building, but I chose hers. I wave, she waves. I go in, I sit by the counter, and I open up my laptop, and lo and behold, look who walks in. She decided to park her car, walks in, and I'm like, "What are you doing in my hood?" I don't know her, and she said that she was there. She laughed, and I said, "Are you from around here?" She said, "No, next city over." And I said, "Okay, well, what are you doing here?" And she said, "Well, I'm getting coffee." And we laughed, and I said, "Shocker." And she said, "No, actually, I'm getting my tires. I'm going to get my tires replaced on my car." And she had this nice white BMW, and I thought, "Oh, okay." I said, "Oh, you're getting your tires replaced?" She said, "Yeah, I have to go through tires so much on here." I'm like, "Oh, you must be a lead foot. What does your husband or boyfriend think about that?" And she said, "Oh, very slick." And I said, "Oh, was I obvious?" And there's two women sitting next to her that chuckled, and literally the place is packed, and everybody is hearing this interaction. I'm putting it all on the line right here, and so we banter back and forth. She's showing plenty of interest. I'm clearly interested, and I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about tires some other time. Um, why don't you give me your number and let's get together?" And she said, "I just got out of a bad divorce. Took 2 years. I'd love to, but I'm not ready. And so we went back and forth a little bit more, and I just said, okay, no biggie. But if you're ever in the area again, hopefully we bump into each other. And she smiled, and she left. And then the two women that were there were just giggling. They were like blushing themselves. A couple guys were like just watching me, like, dang, dude, like you have some freaking balls, because we all were hearing this. And the thing is, I had to take the approach to go for the phone number in that situation because I'd never seen her. I didn't know if I'd ever see her again. So I knew I would have actually regretted not asking. And that's the big thing. Now, you look at the times that I asked too early, those were times that I regretted asking too early. And so you just have to be aware of the circumstance you're in. Take a deep breath, enjoy the conversation. Even in that Starbucks situation, I enjoyed the whole conversation. I enjoyed the banter. I enjoyed the flirtation. I even enjoyed getting rejected in front of a bunch of people because I knew there were some guys there that I was like, man, guys, we can do this. Like, yeah, it sucks, but I'm still alive. Didn't hurt that bad. The women were like, it lightened the mood, and it was a good interaction. Just know your circumstances. That's all I'm saying. Just be aware of one approach doesn't work for the other approach. Have fun. Take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. You're going to get dates. Just take it easy and enjoy your interaction with women. So this is Marcus. I'll see y'all later.